think that the Jewish world today is, and I'm definitely not the only one saying this, but I think that it's kind of lost the point. And whether it's whether it's a bunch of slaves running away from the powers that be, running away from the centers of power, whether it's 100,000 voices in the wilderness and the exile, whether it's Hasidism when it was real, when it was a rejection, when it was a rebellion. I think that Judaism is supposed to be that voice, and I think that in so many circles that talk about being a light into the nations, we've ceased to really be a light into ourselves, and that is a real bummer to see. Yeah, I guess that one of my big things about spirituality, and maybe this goes to that as well, is that spirituality has become way too private and way too personal. And coming from Vancouver, the home of Lululemon, big yoga city, and I mean, I do yoga and I love yoga, but at the same time, the idea that by your own, and there's so much of a discourse around by your own yoga practice, or when I was in yeshiva in Jerusalem for 6 months, like the idea of Torah study is somehow that is helping the world without anything coming from it. I was studying Gemara with some friends the other day, and it's a big one, but it was whether action or Talmud Torah or study is more important, and they come to the conclusion that study is, not because in of itself is important, but because it leads to action. And I think that in too many parts of our society, in terms of our spiritual pursuits, in terms of our academic pursuits, we have this idea that study has, I'm not saying it doesn't, but that it has a be-all, end-all value of its own, and that therefore you are changing something just by sitting in an ivory tower or a yoga studio or a yeshiva. And the whole point is that this stuff is supposed to give you the tools to move out and engage with the world and bring some kind of change there, and not hope that some weird Kabbalistic force is going to do it for you.